Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 5 of Rebuilding Hansa Rostock. As always, thanks for joining me. Make sure you smash that like button, it really does help me out. If you really want to help me out, you can always become a patron. You'll find a link to that down below in the description and a few other things. A few little treats down there for you as well. But as always, thanks for coming back. I really do appreciate it. And this is going to be the last one. Now, I did want to carry this series on. I like this club and I'm enjoying it. I enjoy every rebuild. And I always like to get to an end. And I really want to win a Bundesliga, a Pokal, or even something in Europe. But, as you may or may not know, my wife is pregnant and there's a slim chance the baby could be coming out at the end of this week or the next week. So, I need to limit what I'm doing with YouTube. I need to just chill out. So, I'm going to finish this, carry on with Stockport because that's easier to make. And just, keep myself ready to go because I could be gone at any minute. And when the baby comes, I'm going to have a bit of time off. And then we've just got to work our way towards FM21, which is released on the 24th of November. I'll be getting the beta though, so hopefully I can bring out a rebuild 2 weeks before that. So yeah, thank you. So hopefully you're okay with all that good stuff. And thank you for the support. So let's stop talking now. I'm boring you to tears. Let's find out what happened in my 5th and final season as Hansa Rostock manager. Well, we finished 6th last year, didn't we? Which was great. We had a lot of good players on loan. And some decent players. It was way better than I thought I was going to do my first season. But, I've played this game a lot now this year. Put a good couple of thousand hours into it. I like my tactic. I'm okay at it. So, it was a good season, really. We had a great striker on loan from Bayern Munich. And we got ourselves into Europe, which is fantastic. But the bookies are still looking at us here like we're crap. 3 of the favourites to go straight back down, but that's because I've only got a lot of lone players. I ain't got a lot of great players. So this year, it's going to be my last season. I knew that. So I wanted to try and bring back some loans because, when these guys have done well for you, get them back again because they can do it again and they know the club. But I had some good youth players, so I thought instead of trying to get a lot of players in, I'm going to try and get some in, but also give some my young players a chance. Why not? It's the last chance for last season. And also, even though we made a lot of money last year, we now have 51 million in the bank, they only give me 9 to spend. So you're not really going to change the world with that, are you? So get a few loans in, look for a few free signings, try and get a couple of cheap players in who are already transfer listed, and promote some youth. It was going to be a cool season. Obviously, we're a bit of European football. It was a nice little thing to get into. I didn't know how successful we could be. We're Hansa Rostock. I'm always I'm at the stage of this rebuild where you're just trying to stick a freaking team together with a bit of blue tack, a bit of sellotape. Do you know what I mean? A bit of Pritt stick. You've not got a proper squad, so it's tough. But do you know what? I am disappointed. I really could have put 10 years into this, but it is what it is. So this is it. The last season. They want to avoid relegation. I want to be up there again, but I also understand we've got European football, and we're entering the group stage. So we definitely got 6 games extra to play. So that's always going to affect you in the league as well. And then the Pokal, they got quite far into that last year. It'd be nice to do something again. Now the squad was going to look very different. Quite a few players left on a free. We've kept a couple, and then I had to do a little bit of business here. And this is the business I've done. So we've brought in a lot of loans. A lot of guys have come back. I've spent a bit of money-ish. I bought Gabriel, who was up for sale for 5 million. They've accepted bloody 1 and a load of add-ons. And I've got another guy. I think he's a left back from Espanyol. A couple of little players here and there. A very old goalkeeper because I could not find any goalkeepers. This has been the hardest save I've done this year to try and find goalkeepers on. So it is what it is, really. I've even signed an old psycho that I don't even like in real life. He used to play for City as a backup striker. Yeah, it's a right ragtag squad. Robbie Rowe has come in on loan. Good little centre half. He's a wonder kid. Couldn't turn this one down. Hopefully it can do well for us. Pedrosa, my little left back, 25 years old. He was up for sale. I think he's a good player. Espanyol might not want him, but I think he should be good for us. I like him. I like an attacking fullback. We've loaned 23-year-old Claudio Gomez from Manchester City. He's worth quite a lot of money. Defensive midfield. And again, quality. I think he's a good player. I don't think I've ever had him before as well. Which is, I like that. I like having new players. Melo Gusto, great name. A right back on loan from Inter Milan. Although it classes him as a midfielder. He might play there. I wanted him as a right back. Jezza. I like this one. I thought this was a great little pickup. Can play it right back. I love his hair. Good player. Surprised. Marcos Paulo, or Marco Polo as we call him, left winger on loan from Lazio. Happy to get him. Really needed some more going forward. And he was one of the best left wingers I could get hold of. Cost me 22 grand a week in wages, but should be worth it hopefully. And of course, we signed Gabriel. 25. 25. All round decent centre half. To be fair, we've got him cheap. He's only worth 5.5 million. They had him up for 5. I think, yeah, like I said, I give him 1 million laid out. I've given him something like 2 million if he scores 50 goals. He ain't never doing that. And the rest on appearances. So, yeah, half decent centre half. It looks like he could be good for us. This one is a similar to my Rooney one. I think I've had Kevin Strutman as an old man. Old, wish I was 33. As an old man on another rebuild, couldn't tell you which one. I've done millions of him, and he came in and did well for me. So I know he's 33, but he was top class in his day, and he's still got a lot of ability. His physicals have gone down a little bit, but he's still got a lot of ability and experience. I think this kid will be. He's a kid to me. I think this kid will be a fantastic player for us. Mr. Fabianski, he's been around a while. 38-year-old, loads of experience. Best keeper I could get. It's cost me next to nothing. Couple $100 grand. Decent handling, 16. Good throw of the ball, good reflexes. He's good. His agility's gone out the window. But he's still a big guy and a good, solid keeper. For one season, the last season, I was happy with this. And of course, signed, look at his fucking pineapple head. Balotelli, who, he doesn't look like the best player, but he was the best player I could probably get. On a free. He's been around the block a bit. I needed a striker. I've got Arp back. You'll see that in a minute. I've got a young player from the academy. Balotelli's third choice. Stick him on now and again. Now this is my first team squad. Arranged by age and then reversed. So you see the young ages here. And I've clicked on Mirko. He's unhappy at the minute, but that's the young striker. And then you can see all these names. I've filled out the squad. I fleshed out the squad with youth players who aren't worth anything, but some of them have got a little bit of promise. Are they all going to play? Probably not. I mean, if we go down here, I haven't really got many from last year. He's new. He's still here. Roffer's still here. Handwanker is still here. Sven Sonneberg. That's it. So you can see, like, it's a completely new squad. Filled with a little bit of last year. A lot of new players have come in. A lot of loans have come back. Sterling buzzing at getting back, the right winger. Obviously, Arp, his third season. Conor Gallagher, we've got him back as well. A couple of new ones. So, you never know how it's going to work out, do you? But let's have a look at some of the better young players that I've promoted. First up, we're going to show you Fabian Kluwer, a defensive midfielder. Now, he's only 16 on £55 a week. But I think he's alright. Will he play? I don't know, but I think he could be a good player one day. I'm going to show you 3 altogether. I just want to show you that kid because he was the youngest. This is Mirko, who could play quite a few games. He's my young striker. I know he's only got 4-star potential, but he's 20. He's one of our own. And hopefully he can get us a couple of goals. Biggest promotion, I'd say, is Vinny, who has got all the framework to be a good winger, I think. He's got good dribbling, good free kick, good technique, good bit of decent physicals. But he's worth quite a bit of money, and a lot of clubs want him. A lot. So he's got promoted as well, and he should progress a lot this year. Still got a ton of money in the bank, although I've overspent on wages as well, apparently. But tough titty. I mean, look at all that money. If they'd give me some of that, I could have there's a lot of players out there I could have got on freeze and up for sale. They were really good players. Just not giving me the money to spend. Now, to be fair, they are improving the facilities, which is great. But it's my last year, isn't it? I'd rather just have the 40 million now and gone for it. We had a fantastic pre-season. I did leave it to my assistant. Couldn't be bothered. He arranged it all, and we won every single game. You don't take too much from this, I know. But it's nice, isn't it? Lots of goals, lots of time for the lads to get to know each other. And yeah, I mean, I was under no illusion to win something this year with this team I've thrown together. It'd take a miracle, but I'd just like to be good and competitive in the league, get far into both cups, and just, do ourselves proud. Bayern Munich have sold their best player apparently to Man City for 160 million. I mean, there's a lot of money in this league. The big teams are spending it, aren't they? And I've spent a couple of million again, so I do like that though. I do like a challenge. So I've jumped forward to around the halfway point of the season, and we'll start here with the DFB Pokal. I love this cup. I know I always say it, I just love it. And I loved our performance in the very first game, beating BW Berlin, who we should be beating 7-0. I mean, I had 2 players get hat-tricks, so pretty special. Next up was a bit of a shocker for not just me and my players, but for the whole footballing world. Because it's Borussia Dortmund, and they're very good. They always have great players. They've still got Jude. Hey, Jude. In the middle. And we just turned up. I mean, my team, I'm not going to lie, you'll see it. We are inconsistent. You're going to be inconsistent. Top teams are top teams because they're consistent. But when you can pull out a performance like this against a great team like that every now and again, it's great. I just wish if we did it every game, we'd have won the league. And we've got a right East German battle on our hands in the next round of the Pokal against Dynamo Dresden, who are 7th in the second Bundesliga. So over to the league, and we started off with a win against Fortuna Dusseldorf. It was nothing special, but our Vinny, that young winger, you weren't thinking too much of him. Good little player. Mr. Rowe, the wonder kid from Chelsea, got man of the match. It was only 1-0, and we probably FM'd him. 2 victories and a loss later. The loss was to Bayern Munich. We faced Cologne, and we beat them 2-1. Conor Gallagher and Jerry St. Just. I would call him Jerry St. Justice. That'd be so much cooler, wouldn't it? Love that. Quite a few games later, we played Hoffenheim away, and I enjoyed this because, again, it was a great performance. Marco Polo was man of the match. Lots of goals. We made a great live com. But we've been a bit sketchy. We're starting to get that inconsistency now at this start of the season. This point in the season where we're losing a couple, drawing a couple. It's fun when you've got a team like this. You kind of don't know. You can prepare all you want. You don't know who's turning up. Now, this is the last game I played, and it's 5 games since the Hoffenheim game where we drawn 3 and lost 2. So that was the last win we had, the 4-2 away victory. So we're starting to hit a bad patch here, and it's starting to maybe get a bit worrying, which is annoying really, because I think I've got good players. I have, sometimes, like I said, they can turn up, and sometimes they just can't be asked. Now, Mr. Art might have had a bad game in that game, but he's been doing really well for me again. This is his 3rd season on loan. Now, I've had him before when I can't remember who I was. Maybe you can. I had him for a season. I might have been in England, and then they wouldn't let me loan him back again. So I don't know why. They said they wanted to give him first team opportunity. Here, I don't know what's happened, but they've let me have him and have him and have him. So we are currently 7th, which isn't that bad. I keep saying, we're dropping all these points. I'm going to show you all of them in a sec, the results as a whole. And 7th is really respectable. I think that's really good. You've got to remember by this point as well, we've been playing in Europe, which I'll show you soon. So we're kind of doing okay. So defensively, we're about mid-table. I think I've got a good defence on paper. When I look at my back 4, my strongest back 4, I like them. Going forward though, we are pretty good with a joint 4th best team. I mean, we are better than Bayern Munich, Leipzig and Dortmund. Apparently, only by a goal, I know. So these are the results in the league as a whole, and we've won quite a few games. That bad run at the end though, if we'd have kept on picking up the odd win here and there, because a couple of them games we could have won. I'd say Berlin I was disappointed with. I suppose Leverkusen, Dortmund and Leipzig we probably shouldn't be winning. So to pick up a couple of points is great. So yeah, I couldn't complain. But obviously, we were in Europe. Well, Group G went absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I thought we're going to be lucky to get 2nd. Did I think we'd come out of this undefeated? No, especially with a team like Leicester City, a really good Premier League team. I'll just show you the results there, the games we drew. So, and Real Sociedad are decent. Dynamo Kiev are no slouches. That's our results in our wins. Super happy because obviously you win your group, you get a hope, fingers crossed, you get a chance. You might get an easier team. And also, we get a bye into the 2nd round, so we're bypassing that 1st round. 1st round's for losers. Losers, like Napoli and Benfica and Ajax and Juventus. Little Hansa Rostock. We just jumped over into the 2nd round, so some big teams in there. big teams. And there's probably some big teams that have done what we're doing as well, jumping into the second. So, yeah. Haaland at City. Need to avoid them. He is class. Here's my squad, arranged by average rating, and you'll see Mr. Arp at the top, 15 goals, he's a beast, best player. Marcus Paulo, he's my left winger. So when Sterling's on fire as well, Dujon, Sterling, that front three is very good. But what's very good is that I gave an old man a chance, and I've always used to avoid older players, even get rid of them when they get to a certain age. But this year I've learnt a few things. I've signed the likes of Rooney in the past, and Kevin Strutman at 33 was class. But you never know, deal with these guys. You don't, are they going to be any good? Are they coming for a paycheck? But he has been outstanding. And I like to think, I watch all the games in 3D, mainly on key highlights, because obviously I've got to plough through seasons on a feet to make it for you. And Kev, when he's on the ball, I think you can just tell he's good. Now I've wondered, is that me? Is it in my imagination, or do you think the same? When you've got a really good player, can you think you can tell the difference with the touch and the pass? Well, last year we got to the Pokal semi-final. We got beat off Leipzig. This year we got beat off Dresden. Didn't expect this, especially after beating Dortmund. I thought, it'd be a good game. They're mid-table in the league below us. We just couldn't score. I think we were the better team, but penalties are a lottery. And if you watch all my stuff, I probably win more penalty shootouts than I lose. This one I lost. In Europe, we drew Standard, beating them 1-0 away. Mr. Arp getting us the goal, but we dominated it. We should have been about 20-0 up. No idea what happened here. But it don't matter because we put on a better show at home, beating them 4-0, 5-0 altogether. Mr. Paulo with 2 goals. Sterling with a goal and Arp. My front three in full flow. Loved it. A quick check-in on the league. I won't look at any results because I've got stuff to get through. And we dropped down to 11th at this point. Just kind of gone off the ball a bit. Balotelli, proper spat, has done me out. Just don't need him. Don't need him one bit. But that was a bad old man signing. You win some, you lose some. But he's unhappy. He feels alienated, and he's leaving on a free. See ya. Sterling. He's signing for someone else. We couldn't get him. Couldn't get him. Didn't have the money to get him. So that's disappointing. Not that I'm playing another season. But, you like to imagine what had happened. You like to do your job properly. Started with the European campaign. It was Lazio, of course, away. What a game. What a game. I mean, 4-3. Now, they had more chances. We had more of the ball, but we played really well against a good team. And we beat them 2-1 at home. Away goals rule. We love away goals, but we were the better team. I think we were quality. Strutman, man of the match. Performance. Didn't he used to play for Roma? Maybe he upped his game against an old rival. But fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But I gave a warning out earlier in the episode about someone we might need to avoid. Yep, we drew Manchester City with Mbappe. Don't know where Haaland is, but they got Foden, De Bruyne, Sterling. I felt we did alright at their place. 2-1 wasn't an embarrassing result. I was gutted by this. I didn't think we'd come back and beat them with the chat. We could have. We needed a 1-0. So yeah, a bit disappointed. But it's Man City. Look at the talent they've got. Over to the league, and we have one game to play, and we're going to share that. It's the last home game, the last ever game I'm going to play as Hansa Rostock manager, so I thought we could share it, have a quick cheeky one. The relegations haven't finished, but there'll be a playoff for that, maybe. It's called Hoffenheim. Yeah, a few other teams maybe will get dragged into that. But this league's come alive, hasn't it? And with one game to play, Bayern Munich can't win that title again. Leipzig could retain it, but Schalke could win it. And to be fair, form did pick up after that atrocious run at the start of the year. Once Europe kicked in again, and all that was like to win some games. I mean, some good games, beating Berlin, Wolfsburg, Hoffenheim, drawing with Frankfurt. We've just beat Dortmund in the league 3-2. Just got annihilated off Leipzig 5-1. So, we're not perfect. But I'm very proud of this season. And we're 9th. So we have dropped a few places in the league, but then we've gone on this great European run. Here's a match preview. We're favourites, apparently. I just want to win. I want to win at the end. So here we go. Looking forward to this. Also looking forward to FM21. Let me know if you're going to pre-order it. You can pre-order it at the minute. Definitely on Steam. If you pre-order it, you get it 2 weeks earlier than release date. You get the beta version, which might be a bit buggy, but you can get playing it. That's what I do that every year. Did that before I came onto YouTube 5 years ago. So It is what it is. Can't wait, and I'm really looking forward to a new series. Great time to plug that. I'm doing a custom club. It's going to be locally based, but it's going to be different than anything like I've done in the past, like Manchester Central. I did Denton Villa. I mean, I did Munchen Club in Germany this year, but this is going back to England. I mean, I think 90% of my viewers are English. Oh, go on, Schroeder. Show everyone what you've got. And they do quite well. But I've put a bit of a twist on it. There's a story to it. I think it's quite good. Hopefully you'll get behind it. I've got FM Kit Design, my friend, who is a legend designing the kits. And the ones he's come up with at the minute are amazing. And I'm going to get real shirts made out of them as well, which should be fantastic. Right, not many highlights this first game. It's been a bit boring. Not the best of first halves. Bit crap, can't lie. We need that ball more. We need to do more. They need an ass kicking. So yeah, I think like I did this year, I'm going to do a beta with the Premier League team for the first 2 weeks. It'll just be a rebuild for the first 2 weeks as I play the beta and learn the new game. And then once the full game comes out, I can start working towards bringing out my new series, which will be quite cool because all my patrons are going to be involved. I think that's awesome. And I just want it to be a good series. It's going to be similar to Stockport, where I'm just doing it for me and a bit of fun. And a lot of other creators will get involved, doing interviews and loads of random stuff will happen, I reckon. And hopefully it'll be just as good a journey as Manchester Central. I mean, I got Denton Villa shirts made. Some of you may have had them or seen them. They were just yellow with a logo. These ones have got every little detail on them. Like, proper special. I mean, people will think you're wearing a real football shirt, and I think that's amazing. They're going to be about 20 quid, 23 quid or something. So obviously the hardcore subscribers amongst you will get one. I know you will. Brilliant! Get in, Polo. And that's the thing, anyone who buys one, I mean, I won't be making any money. I might make about £2 a shirt, but you'll be in the series. If you watch Denton Villa, everyone who got a Denton Villa shirt was in the series as a fan. And I used to show them all the time, so if you want to be in it all the time, get a shirt. If you want to get behind the series, get a shirt. Hopefully you're going to like it, the new idea. Right, come on boys, don't learn back into it straight away. That always annoys me. Good save, Fabo. Go, Cloud with the corner. Straight back into it. What a pile of shite. 1-1. Right, I've changed to very attacking. Watch them score now. Watch them. Come on boys. Kind of gone flat, haven't we? Like we don't give a shit. And that's a disappointment, I suppose, with this series. I never got to a cup final. I think we would have done eventually. I think, you know, I'm putting a lot of things in place. I think bringing the young players through. I've been scouting still. There's a lot of good young players out there. If they ever released a good amount of money to me, I would have been able to do something. I'm just running out of time. But, you know, baby Bood on the way. I'm going to have 2 sons. Crazy times. Has he kept that in? Never. Here's Sterling. Can Hart finish it off with a goal? Sterling give it him back? No. Pretty even game. Probably an even score line. I'd like to have gone out with a win, but I'll take that. So there we go. We finished 9th. A bit lower than last year, but like I said, good run in Europe. I enjoyed playing that season. I'll miss this little club, I'll be honest with you. Especially now we've got 82 million in the bank. We aren't just clocking up this money. They're not giving it me though. They're just sitting on it like Scrooge McDuck. Atletico Pokal and Hertha Berlin have won it. Still not won a Bundesliga, but they won this, beating Leverkusen. It's been crazy, this tournament. It shows how good it is. Bayern Munich haven't won this. Schalke won one. Leverkusen, Leipzig got back to back, and then Berlin. Munich got to 1 final. What is a lot better and what gave me a lot of enjoyment was obviously City knocked us out in the semi-finals of the Europa League and got beat off AC Milan 1-0. So there we go. That is the end of episode 5 and the end of Hansa Rostock. It's been a great rebuild and enjoyed it. I'm sad I couldn't take it to where I wanted to. And if you really do if you enjoy this series and you like it, I'm hoping you understand the reasoning behind it. It's just generally need to chill out with what I'm doing because I've got a baby coming at any minute and I hate leaving people high and dry. I don't want to leave you on episode 7 and never get back to finishing it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just cutting it dead here now. I'm happy with what we've done. And I really appreciate any support you've given me. If you've watched every episode, you've liked every episode, thank you very much. Hopefully you're going to stick around. It will be just Stockport for a while. I've got a one-off like story kind of experiment video coming out soon. I might be able to do a couple of them on the build up to FM21. I'm just going to have to go with the flow and see how things are. If you've ever had a baby, you'll know. Not only do we have a baby, I have a 3-year-old, so things are going to be, you know, not that simple. But when FM21 comes out, boom, I'm going to just hit the ground running loads of videos will be coming out. So thank you as always. I hope you're great. I hope you're happy. I hope you're safe, because it looks like everything's going back into lockdown. So stay safe. Seriously. Have a good one. I'm Booed. I'll see you next time.